Well, I mean, I want to start saying thank God for this great accomplishment. It would have been impossible for me to achieve it without His help. So, to my wife, my family, baseball writers, you guys are the best. And it's just a privilege, to, I remember coming from a small fishing village called Puerto Caimito in Panama, and just me being here speaking about Hall of Fame is something that my mind can comprehend. But at the same time, I'm thankful to the Lord because He allowed me to make that happen. And I mean, Edgar had to take me to dinner, maybe tomorrow or one of these days, because because his average was better. So therefore you owe me dinner. All right, I'm so happy to see these men here. Edgar, Moose, and Holiday family. Because those guys made me better. I remember speaking to. I got in trouble, by the way. You guys owe me to another dinner. Because 2008, Holiday and myself, we were talking in the outfield about pitching. We always talk about pitching. And I was teaching him the grip or the quarter. And he did. Actually, he was throwing the pitch, and Derek and all the hitters from my team were mad at me. Matter of fact, I got fined by our kangaroo court because Holiday was so good against us. And they blamed me. I said, you guys didn't hit the ball, not me. But it's amazing. Amazing that, I'm here talking about, Hall of Fame. And again, thank God for that. And thank you very much for all of you to be here and allow me to be one of the boys. Thanks.
This is for Edgar and Mariano. Edgar, you have a 579 batting average against Mariano.
Why you have to say that? Just say the number, but don't say the number. The average, all that stuff. Am I right?
Hey.
By the way, thank you.
I helped you.
You did?
Yeah.
Not as much as I did.
Not as much as you, but I
Yeah,
helped.
that's what I said. You want me to answer that question? It was tough. That's one of the guys that, especially in my young career, my first few years, I didn't want to see Edgar in a tough situation. As a matter of fact, I used to tell Joe, Joe, if you put the second base or bring in Paul O'Neill right behind second base, we might get him out. Because that was a hole that he was leaving in that place. It was amazing. Again, when you face a hitter, the type of hitter that Edgar was, you had to really, really bring your game. Because if not, he will have you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like he did me. Well, for me, it was a little different because, coming from Panama, I didn't know no English. And I remember being in Greensboro, North Carolina, my second year as a professional. And I used to go to bed. Few days I was crying. Not because the game to me was easier than I expected, but just the language factor. That was tough for me with communication. I couldn't communicate with my manager, with my pitching coach. Baseball language in the field, we all know that, even though if you don't speak English or however language you speak. But when it comes to communication, if you don't speak that language, well, you'll be in trouble. And that was me. So, minor league shaped me in a way that after I learned the language, the game was a little bit easier for me than anything else. Definitely when I have the opportunity to be a closer for the New York Yankees, and I realized that I have a good shot to do that job. I didn't expect it to be that well. I was just happy to do it. And but I was blessed that I have one of the best pitching coaches. And that to me was Mel Stottlemyre. I remember after winning the World Series in '98, we went to instructional baseball to go and throw some pitches to minimize the amount of pitches that I was using for every outing. And to me, that was one of the best things that I did in my career because, I mean, that helped me. I think that was one of the reasons why I was able to pitch for so long because I was using less pitches, and that was that I can say that I was the help for my longevity in the game. But I had to attribute that to Mel because he was a person that always want me to be successful and want me to be the best, and he always tried to bring the best out of me. So, I mean, definitely that was the person that make it happen. Thank you. Well, I mean, mine wasn't just on the field because it's few of those. But I would say that my biggest moment just was wearing the uniform, wearing the pinstripes. You know, I was telling my Musina that that was my time, putting my jersey on the field, I mean, on the clubhouse, day in and day out for all those years. That was a great moment because I always remember that, you know, all those players that were before me and representing the organization with the class and dignity. And, you know, I just was blessed to be in that same ballpark and wearing the same uniform. That, to me, was just the moment of feeling great about the uniform. Well, I mean, for me, I mean, I just wanted to have the opportunity to be able to play the game that I love. And sure enough, you know, I mean, I played all positions before, but I think that the good Lord have a position for me already picked. So I just have to follow it. And he allowed me to play and pitch. Well, though, I hated to pitch before, so I fell in love after that. But it was amazing. I mean, taking the opportunity to learn a new position and doing it and learn how to do it and be successful doing it. I mean, it was grateful. You know, the game it was more meaningful to me than before.
Mariano, being the first unanimous electee, do you feel like that's given you a bigger platform to do what you want to do? Do you feel like this is a life-changing honor?
Well, definitely. It's I won't call it. I will not call it a life-changing, but it's something special. Yes, and I wanted to take that opportunity to. My first year, 1995, I was in. There was a family, a man called Joe Fusina, that brought me to New Rochelle. And I fell in love with the town of New Rochelle and reminded me my hometown in Panama, Puerto Caimito. And fell in love with the family. The family took me like one of their own, and we are still close to today. Therefore, we have a church in New Rochelle, which my wife is my pastor. And at the same time, I want to take the opportunity, and this is a blessing from the sky, from the Lord, that after I retire, my desire and my goal was to build a learning center in New Rochelle for the youngster of the town of New Rochelle. And I think that this is the greatest acclamation or event that has happened in my life, because I want to take the opportunity to use this to build a learning center for the boys in New Rochelle. That's what, to me, I take the advantage and the opportunity that this blessing has given me. So, I mean, I cannot be more happier. And I was sharing with my family, my wife, and friends that it felt like when we won the championship in 2009 after being there for a few years and didn't win it. So, I mean, it was amazing feeling, a great feeling being knowing that you were voted 100%. It was, I can comprehend it, but at the same time I was grateful for. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. You just have to continue playing the game. Just love the game and play the game that you love. You know, I did it back home. You know, I mean, I had no shoes, so we had to be playing barefoot. And you know, if you got caught, you will thank God it wasn't my shoes, because that was the only shoes that you have. So I mean, for that, you just enjoy the game, and you know, if we can be a motivators or a example how to play the game and how to love the game and how to continue pushing forward and achieving your dreams. I mean, you just do it, you know, because it's nothing better than that if you just can accomplish what you dream of. So I mean, I definitely will motivate them to continue playing the game that they love.